Hello. In today's video, I will be scaling every regular token in the Mega Hunt on a scale from worst to best. This rating is completely subjective and personal, so my list will not be the same as everyone else's. This will be how I will grade it, so pause the video if you need. Feel free to comment below what changes you would make to my list. Anyways, let's start. In our 25th slot, we have Clip It. The badge was watching boring clips that were possibly stolen, doing the bare minimum being wearing accessories, and creating a clip that wasn't too special. Overall, the badge was boring, bland, and stale, making me give it a 5.5 out of 10. At 24th, we have Infection Gunfight. All you did for it was play the game, however it took so long, with points being slow to get and you not getting many points per round. Overall, it was also quite boring, but at least somewhat entertaining, being the reason it is even higher. So it's a 5.55 out of 10. 23rd place will go to Blade League. In Blade League, you had to do a series of quests that weren't too hard to do, but all revolved around playing the game. Overall, it was not that fun, but it still was engaging, making you do different things, so I would give it a 5.65 out of 10. At 22nd, we have It Girl. The only reason it was able to beat some of the games was because of how easy it truly was, meaning that you could literally go AFK and complete it. So, in summary, the reason it would be here is because you didn't need to do anything, making it probably the easiest, 5.7 out of 10. In our 21st place, we have the game Car Crushers 2. Car Crushers 2 had you do several side quests that took a pretty long time, being a lot of back and forth as it was very tedious. Overall, it didn't have much originality, being just many side quests, and took a long time, giving it a 5.8 out of 10. At 20th, we have Natural Disaster Survival. The quest Natural Disaster Survival had us do was to simply win 3 rounds, not being too original or unique, but it was simple and fast. Overall, it wasn't special, but the gameplay is somewhat engaging, and with it being out for a while, people know how to play it. I would give it a 5.85 out of 10. Untitled Tag Game is at 19th place. The quest they had was simple, just collect money. To get this money, you had to win rounds, tag others, or collect it around the map. Overall, it was engaging, but took quite a bit amount of time and wasn't anything special, so it's a 5.9 out of 10. At 18th place, we have Regretevator. Regretevator had you win 10 rounds of normal gameplay, which wasn't that hard, but it did take a longer time. Overall, it was more entertaining than most games due to its unique gameplay and pretty easy, but took a long time, giving it a 6.05 out of 10. Hell's Kitchen is in the 17th place. All you had to do was make 5 good dishes, which was extremely easy to do and didn't take too long. This overall makes it really easy and simple, but also got repetitive, which gives it a 6.1 out of 10. In the 16th place, we have Rivals. Rivals was similar to Blade League, having you do a series of simple side quests. Only Rivals felt a lot more fun. Overall, Rivals looked good and was not boring, but it wasn't too fun and wasn't quick, 6.15 out of 10. Fisch is at 15th place. Fisch also has a series of side quests you had to do with them being kind of relaxing. Overall, it was kind of relaxing and had you engaged in the experience, but it took longer than some of the games and longer for new players, being a 6.2 out of 10. At 14th place, we have Eat the World. Eat the World had its own new map for the event and had you feed the giant noob for the quest. In summary, it had its own new stage and was more original than most of the games, but was repetitive and got old fast, plus you could pay to win, 6.4 out of 10. Pet Simulator 99 is right after at 13th place. It also made a new stage where you just had to complete a simple level that required a good amount of time, but not too much. Overall, It was quicker than most and put more effort into it, but it was kind of boring for part of it. 6.6 out of 10. In 12th place, we have SpongeBob Tower Defense. The game has a custom stage made for the event where you must complete 20 waves and survive them. Generally, the amount of time it took and how fun it wasn't that great, but the looks, strategy, and feel made it feel great to play, giving it a 6.85 out of 10. In 11th place, it is Tower Defense Simulator. In their event, they were almost identical to SpongeBob Tower Defense, where you had to survive for less time, but it was harder. Overall, the visuals and time it would usually take is good, but the difficulty held the game down, giving a score of 6.9 out of 10. At 10th, we have Basketball Legends. The Basketball Legends event was to beat an AI in a 4 versus 1, and it was easy with all the people playing with you. This overall meant that it would be extremely easy and fast, but you had to rely on players that might have never played the game, which made it less fun, getting the score 6.95 out of 10. 9th place will have to go to Chained. The quest for Chained was a custom new stage where you had to complete the stage with another person. This overall meant that you could play with friends and complete it after a good amount of time, or play with a random that might sell, making the experience longer. 7 out of 10. Metro Life takes the 8th place. For the quest, cameras were set up around the map, and you just needed to take a picture with them. Overall, it was fast and actually relaxing and different, yet it also was very bland, giving it 7.2 out of 10. World Zero will be 7th place. For World Zero, they had you go through a dungeon made specifically for the hunt event that wasn't too hard. So overall, you just had to go through a simple quest, but would be a lot harder and take longer for people just starting or new to the game. 7.3 out of 10. Bayside High School is at 6th place. For the quest, it felt completely original, being a Froppy remake on Roblox that had mechanics like Froppy and Crossy Roads. It was overall fun and thrilling, and it didn't take long by itself and looked good. However, it was difficult for mobile players and people that haven't played Froppy before, so it's a 7.7 out of 10. The 5th place title goes to Untitled Boxing Game. It was one of the few that made a quest line that was actually exciting and fun, yet still challenging. Overall, it was exciting, fun, looked good, and challenging, but also took a good while to do before possibly succeeding, and was hard for newer players. 7.85 out of 10. At 4th place, we have a Dusty Trip. It was a progression-type quest that had you beating bosses with friends or by yourself. This overall allowed the game to be fun and exciting, while also having high-quality gameplay. The only bad part was that it could be hard on mobile and it took longer. 8 out of 10. Drive World takes our 3rd place spot. In the quest, you had to go through 4 custom stages with your car driving around certain areas. Overall, it was very original with using the cars for obbies that were well designed and very engaging. The only problem is that it took quite a while, meaning it is an 8.2 out of 10. At 2nd place, Arsenal takes it. Arsenal created a custom level with lore and great detail that you had to clear, And it wasn't just a gun shooter, but just more than that. Overall, it was one of the faster ones that were completely original, and not just its base game with loads of detail and lore. It was really great, giving it an 8.7 out of 10. Finally, at first place, we have Pressure. The quest was a unique level with mechanics that felt very fresh, lore that was hidden around, and the detail it had packed into it. It also had a nerf, or in this case, a buff, with it allowing not only one, but 2 players into the level, which makes this so much more exciting but also collaborative and easier. Overall, it was the best regular token in the entire Mega Hunt event, with it clearing out lots of the board, giving it a 9.4 out of 10. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching.